Oh, hi there. Welcome to another episode of the Okanagan Gardener and Forager channel. Are you sick and tired of beautiful flowers popping up in your lawn or in your garden or around your yard in the early spring? Or, wait a minute, is this spring or winter? Anyway, well, maybe you'd be less sick and tired of it if I told you they're edible and medicinal, because there are. Because they are. They're violets. There are lots of different species of violet you can find all over North America, and all of them are edible. Before I tell you about this specific one, I'll show you some ways that you can identify all violet species, and sometimes with some plants using the flower isn't a reliable way, but with violets it works good. They're very distinct, and so you can reliably identify violets with their flowers. So, first of all, the flower grows, a single flower grows at the end of a long, thin, unbranched stem called a peduncle. And if you look along the stem, there are two tiny reduced leaves that you might miss if you weren't looking for them. Then the stem itself has a J shape, kind of hooked at the end there. And the flowers grow like this on, it would be, if you're looking at it growing, it'd look like this. It has 5 petals. And if you flip it over to imagine that bottom one, well, I guess you don't have to flip it over, just 2 top, 2 there, and that bottom one, looking at the back side of it, that bottom petal has this sac or protrusion there. And if the flower you're looking at has all these traits, you can be very confident that you're dealing with a violet. This particular violet species is early blue violet, also known as western dog violet and Hookedspur violet. They like to grow in habitats like grasslands, moist meadows, open woods, lawns, and disturbed ground. And they are, in addition to what I already said about the flowers, the early blue violet has, on the lower, they're a blue to a deep violet color, and the lower 3 petals are often white at the base with purple veins. And the leaves are highly variable, but generally speaking, they are oval to heart-shaped, and they have finely round-toothed edges. All upper portions of violets are edible. That means the leaves, stems, and flowers. And they're rich in vitamin A and C. The leaves and flowers can be eaten raw or as a trail nibble or added to salads, cooked as a pot herb or thickener, like added to a stew or something, or soup. And the flowers can be used as garnishes, used to make syrups, jams, and the leaves and the flowers have been fermented to make wine. And you could take, if you wanted to make fancy ice cubes, you could take the flowers and put them in the ice cube trays and let them freeze. Violets are also medicinal. Violet tea can be taken to soothe digestive and respiratory tract issues. It can also be used for dry asthma, bronchitis, and whooping cough. And it can relieve constipation, increase urination, and remove deposits and soothe urinary tract infections. Gargles have been made from the syrup that can relieve a sore throat and cough. And if you wanted to make a violet tea, you can take the leaves and pour boiling water over them and just let it cool. And that is said to give a restful sleep, moderate anger, and can be a mild laxative. Another use for the violet leaves, after, say, they were boiled, you can use them as a poultice to apply to things like wounds or rashes or eczema. Now, all different species of violet are edible. They're just different in terms of their palatability. What do you think, Adam?
Good.
I think it has a mild flavor and kind of sweet. And the leaves, of course, are edible too. Do you want to try it? I think the leaves are kind of bland, but they're all right. They'd probably be good maybe added to like stew or something like that. What do you think, Adam?
Good.
Just a bit of a warning about violets. Use violets in moderation because some leaves contain saponin, which can cause upset stomachs, and only the leaves and flowers are edible, but not the roots. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment, and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.